Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
In whispers soft and shadows deep through portals where the secrets keep, let knowledge lost be brought to view.
Fumble through.
At the table of imagination, fumble through.
Fumble through.
Thank you, Lindsay, for listening.
I got my-
You listen. Brett challenges me to do another poem. I do a poem and he doesn't even fucking listen to it.
Trying to jump in right on the money.
Yeah, no.
As usual, premature.
It was quick too. That's right, people. Once again, the spell is cast and the runes are drawn. It's time to get our role play on, catch up about nothing in particular, and fill our tanks with that human connection we all crave. Maybe you guys do, but all that human connections and stuff.
I'm just looking at Luke's dice jar, and
What?
that's
Did you get new dice?
No, these are older ones.
that's been in someone.
It looks like a test tube with a screw top on
It
it,
looks like a
is-
suppository.
It's Cheswick's lab dice, yeah. There is a test tube.
which is cool.
It looks like a suppository.
Sure.
How many
Boot
suppositories
Did you need a probe?
How big are suppositories? That is a good question. How big are suppositories?
Well, depends on the
'Cause they're-
dosage, right?
It's relative to what you eat, Lindsay.
Yeah, that's an all day sucker right there.
I'm puckering up.
Look, that actually no, it doesn't really. But I
It's
was trying to find a segue.
If that was a segue, that would have been
There's nothing.
totally weird.
It's nothing. Sometimes our lives become bewitched. It's the segue that I wrote in there thinking, we'll get on there because I talked about spells early, but we can't see the truth until the moment has passed. So what I want you to tell me about today, because I've been enjoying challenging you right at the beginning of telling me something, is a trend that you look back on right now in your life that you undertook and think now, what the fuck was I thinking?
I'm all over this. Hypercolor, baggy pants, and my rock steady crew.
Hypercolor t-shirts, man. They were the best.
Yep.
They were the best.
What the fuck
the
was
only-
I thinking?
Until you touched your girlfriend's boobs and then walked out into their parents' house and your handprints were in the wrong spots.
Sorry, what? What a hypercolor?
Do you know?
So there's like temperature reactive.
Oh, right.
So you
Yeah,
put
so
your
they were
jiggle.
t-shirts and you'd put them on and depending on where, like you could touch them and they would, but essentially the whole shirt's premise would be that your pits would be a different color and around your neck
People
it'd be
really
a different
didn't think
color.
that through, did they?
Yeah, it was like, oh, dirty shirt.
No, I've never
But
seen
you used to
that.
put them in the
Really?
fridge and they'd go to one color and then you'd take them out and if you touch them, they'd turn into like purple would turn into pink. I think there was green that turned yellow.
Orange and red.
Yeah, they were the same as the Magic Eye pictures. They were around those same times that those things came out.
So we used to wear those and wear baggy jeans while we did,
You know about the 90s?
Rocksteady crew, breakdancing on cardboard in my mate's garage for no one.
I was going to say baggy jeans are the only thing I can think of that I think I wouldn't wear now.
I reckon baggy jeans will be back soon.
Oh, probably, but it's one of those things now that I'd go, no, I wouldn't wear that again.
Where the baggy jeans with your ass hanging out,
Yeah.
kind of baggy jeans.
I mean, I never did that because, I don't know, that
Didn't
always
have an
seems
ass.
stupid. Yeah, that too. But like, I always had a belt on about, the really big baggy jeans that,
Yeah.
Skate ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the skater jeans.
Clown ones.
They're really soft kind of jean
yeah, and they'd
material
last
too.
until you're riding a bike and they'd get stuck in your,
Yeah,
In your
your
chain.
chain.
Yeah.
in your vagina.
That's right.
I don't get that one either.
Oh, I've heard.
Oh, boom, boom, boom. It's the old 1-2. That's what she said.
And then it's done.
Yeah.
It's like a Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight.
I'm so looking forward to that. There is no winning. for him.
There is an He
Jake
wins.
Paul.
He beats an
I hate
OAP.
him so much. I'm so looking forward to it.
Like, who the fuck wants to get punched by Mike Tyson? That dude can still fucking rattle
Scary.
a
He's scary.
punching bag.
Stop a ball.
Yeah, he is still. I've watched him punch a punching bag, and it's like there's shockwaves that
But
come
like,
off that.
Even if he wins, there's like 40-year age gap.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
there's no way he wins. If
Yeah.
he wins, he's beating up an OAP. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if it's Mike
he
Tyson,
wins,
it's an
rigged.
OAP.
If he wins, it's rigged.
No,
That's what
if
the
he
call
wins,
will be.
he's dodged for about 6 rounds, and old mate needs some oxygen.
So anyway, yeah. Well, Luke, hit us with one. We're
Over
the
the
pond.
years, there's been loads, but the one that jumped to mind when you were talking about this was, and we'll have to put a hashtag in for this, I think, at some point. Is there was a trend for wearing a brand of trainer called acupuncture? Did they make their way over here?
No,
They were like platform kind of trainers.
they look like child's shoes with
Yeah.
Velcro.
But they
on
are
top.
Velcro. They are 100% Velcro.
They look like
But,
little tiny kiddie shoes.
Yeah, but they had around about. That's because they're so voluminous. They
Yeah.
were like really chunky.
Yeah.
What
What year are we talking? We're talking 90s.
We're talking 2000.
2000. Okay.
Yep.
So the post.
I mean, I could go on. I mean, the baggy jeans with
did you wear
the
them-
coloured and zip pockets on the back
Mhm.
that catch on everything you
the
sit
chain.
Did you wear the acupunctures just on one foot to balance it out? Is that how you did it?
down. Wow, I should have saw that one coming, shouldn't I? Really?
So you the wallet
I
chain.
still got a pristine one for
I
the right
love
foot.
wallet chains.
As new.
I would love what. So we'll go through a list of. We should go through a list of things. Mine is a distinct memory of me thinking I'm the coolest kid on earth on the first year of high school, going to the first disco high school thing, wearing a pair of MC Hammer pants, like the proper ones, not just the happy pants. Like you had happy baggy pants.
Yep.
These were ones with Velcro that looked like jodhpurs. That came out.
They were
I wore
massive
them.
elephant ears.
I
on
wore
those.
them once in my life, went to this place and got there and realized I've fucked up. like even at
I've made an error.
even that young version of me rocked up and went, this is not, people aren't, oh God. Nobody likes MC Hammer. Like this is like when James Brown gave MC Hammer the glove from Michael Jackson as the king of pop. That was well deserved, earned, and continues to this day. But yes, the MC Hammer pants is my one recollection when that, if I think of that, but there's so many. All right, shoot. What are some of the faux pas that we've had? Wallet chains?
No, I don't think that was a faux pas. I still have my wallet chain.
See, centre parting with the undercut, but that's made a resurgence now.
The undercut?
Yeah, so complete undercut, but and then so
Yeah.
the curtain centre part end, but all undercut all the way around. Yeah.
Flat top.
The flat top. I wish I could have done a flat top.
Well, that's
That was-
Argyle right now.
No,
Aren't you still got a
Ivan
flat top?
Drago.
You know what I wish would stay dead?
What?
And I guess I did have this, but this was before I could make a decision. A mullet.
no,
I hate a mullet.
I don't know.
I'm not overly fond of the mullet. I'm certainly not fond of the skullet.
Yeah, no, that's a no.
Yeah.
Hard
All
pass.
right. Well, let's go. What are some fashion trends that are out right now that you think are going to be regretted in the future by
I'm too old to be up
by
with the fashion right now.
generations? I've got quite a few. Like I'm going to give you the one that I think is going to be the most regretful of all of them, and that's the amount of Botox that ladies are getting. Like that same
Lip fillers.
the lip filler,
Yeah.
the cheek filler,
Yeah.
the forehead filler, and you get people and you're like, you all are trying to look like a Bratz doll.
No, they was all trying to look like they got an anaphylactic reaction.
Yeah. But eventually it's like, what happens when that deflates? Like there's going
Saggy
to
skin.
be a
There'll be facelift. That's what
Yeah.
happened.
It's
More,
going
more Botox.
Yeah.
with
More fillers.
with that in your tattoo sleeve, it's gonna
Well,
go
that's,
bad.
That's what I was going to say. Tattoo sleeve.
Look, at the end of the day, look at Cher. That's where everyone's going, right? Where the only original piece of skin she's got on her is like what was originally the tip of her nose.
No one cares about
Where's that now?
It's all over. It's stretched so much.
It's like the Doctor Who.
Yeah,
Remember
the
the
misting. She doesn't dry out.
Yeah.
No one regrets tattoos because they either just cover up over them and then redo them again, or they just laser them out.
Well,
Yeah,
that's-
or like
that's
by the time
true.
by the time they're a problem, you're like in your 60s, you just didn't give a shit.
Well, that's true because people in the 90s got those bands around their arms. You remember like the skull bands or the barbed wire bands?
A barbed wire.
Yeah.
Oh, Pamela Anderson.
Forgot all about that. That was a comic book first.
Marvel, was it?
I think it was actually. I think it was
Good grief.
a Marvel comic first. What
It's
is
no wonder they weren't confident that Iron Man was going to hit it off right after all those bloody blunders.
See, I think the mullet is going to be looked back on by a generation of kids the same way we looked back on 80s mullets and just go, "Oh man, like what are you thinking?" Like that is going to be a big, like Brett and I had long hair. That was very much a 90s trend that I don't
That was a
know.
grunge trend that we were in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That worked.
I liked some of that grunge trend.
Yeah.
Like the dock boots and the flannel shirts. It's all good stuff.
Classic, wholesome.
Yeah, I liked it. We were just angry at the world. We didn't manifest it anywhere except for rock and roll.
Do you know one trend which I thought everyone would regret? And so far, everyone I know that did it, including me,
Yeah.
still don't regret it.
What is it?
Emo. The emo trend.
Yeah. You reckon?
Yeah. I haven't met a single emo that regrets being emo.
Have you met people who knew emos that regretted that their friends were emos?
Yeah. Do you think it's the regret's probably the wrong word? Do you think they're just sad about it?
No. Nice.
I just think, well, for me though, one of the trends I think that people are going to regret in years to come is this whole gender fluidity thing. I think it's going to be massive.
Oh, Jesus. that is a joke.
You just need to edit that out. Don't leave that in. Hard pulls. Stop laughing.
I love it when you of all people say controversial things.
You're the only guy that offends themselves.
You can barely get out of that one.
Oh,
I made a joke this week which I thought was very funny.
Yep, go.
And no one else.
well, you've really set the scene for us, Lindsay. So
Everyone else thought it was racist.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Oh,
was
here we
talking
go.
about
I know, right? Wait for it.
I was talking about how have you guys ever had that moment where something has happened and you feel like you've transported into a different reality?
I think I'm in it.
So I walked across the road in the city, and the normal homeless guy I see every day,
Yeah.
for some reason, was dressed as a dinosaur.
Okay.
I'm like, that's fucking weird. And then there was a guy walking backwards down the busy city street
Yeah.
with his hand on his head like this, just walking backwards for like 300 meters. And then I go down the stairs to the bus stop, and at the bus stop, there is what I called a dojo of Asians, but they all had bright blonde hair.
A dojo.
Yeah, because I couldn't think of a collective noun.
Not a flock.
Yeah. I thought gaggle would be
How
offensive.
about a group of
A
Asians?
murder of Asians.
So I went with dojo.
A rice bowl of Asians.
A squint of Asians.
I thought dojo was
A spring
fairly.
roll of Asians.
I mean, it's a stereotype.
And you were concerned that would be racist? How?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't concerned. Everyone else told me it was. But to me, that's a stereotype. Like, yes, I'm putting them into a stereotype, but it's kind of a positive stereotype because I'm assuming they all could beat me up.
What? Because there's so many of them.
No, because they know kung fu. Because
Because I like Doja Cat.
You don't practice kung fu in a dojo.
Don't you?
Do you not?
No.
Where do you do
Dojo
it?
is a Japanese word.
You do it in a Keto.
It's just a school. Look at him. He's Googling now.
I am.
This week's dicey question is a very quick one. If we were going to create our own convention, no matter what it was, any convention, it could be gaming, whatever, what things, what people, what activities, what are we going to include? What's super mega best convention? Let's plan it together. What have you got?
Nerd beers.
Okay, beers, good. Go, shoot them up. Come on.
Dress up. Shut up the beers. What? No, I want to drink them.
Hang on. Sorry. What was the question?
I meant
Convention.
We're
he's
holding
just
a
stuck
convention
on
for-
shoot them up.
Yeah, it just really
I
stuck me on
see
my
what I
tracks.
did.
Yeah. Beers and yeah.
Just beers. Just more beers. More beers. What do you want in a convention? Like people
People
guest
dressing
stars?
up. People dressing up.
As what?
It depends on the convention.
Okay.
I reckon a convention that is a role play game.
Oh, fuck
But
off.
you
You're
have
going to do
no-
a Star Wars convention and leave me out of it.
No idea what you're going to be cosplaying as or role playing as until you get there and you roll it up. So it's all you get in there, you RNG, you go to the costume party, kind of like LARPing, but you don't build your character. It's just you go in there and it's random.
I said Super Mega Best convention, not fucking. I've got to do work convention, so I got to go there.
Lots of collectible stores.
and role play.
I like role playing.
Thanks, Loki.
Collectibles.
That's
Yes,
more
lots of
normal.
collectible stores.
What?
So
Somewhere I
for the
can
rest of
spend
the
my
day,
money.
I would have to role play as this character I've rolled up
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
while drinking beers
Yeah.
and buying toys.
Yes.
Doth master, doth thus have some plastic toy for thou quest?
Sorry, don't yuck my yum. I like role playing.
You
Okay.
can do that. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like, how kings and queens used to play chess but with real people?
Yeah.
I like to play D&D like that. So we
Yes.
roll the dice, but people out there do the shit.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. I would like a big slippery slide.
Slippery. What?
Yeah, one of those ones that you have to put a sack on and they have the bouncers. Do you know that where you at the Hessian sack, you have to get inside it? They're the big long
Yeah,
ones. Yeah.
They've got bumps on them so
They're
you
the
can get some
best.
air.
I love those
I love
things.
those too.
They're the
But that's not usually.
Hey, it's our con.
Okay. Our con. Our con.
our con.
Our con.
It's got to have air con because mine's
That's
broken
true.
and it's really hot in my house right now.
Our con.
Our
Nice.
con. Well, but the slippery slide is to get from one floor to the other. So in order to get from the top floor to the bottom floor, I don't know how you get back up again, but you have to slide down.
It's when you lose a level.
No.
Oh, the whole convention is done out like snakes and ladders. So you're trying to get the right number to go to the store you're going, but you keep missing it.
So then you never get to leave either. Then.
Or buy the thing you want. That sounds just like the Eka. Just you get caught in
No, you leave. You just leave with the virus.
Yeah, you leave with a virus and don't get anything and you're just angry the whole day.
I'd like plenty of quiet rooms for people to go into and have the conversations they need to rather than having it out loud in front of me.
That's never going to happen. Well, guest speakers. What kind of guest speakers?
So hang on, when we say convention, and we like, I'd like like your food stalls.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking more like if the conventions are thematic in the sense of like medieval, you get like the hog roast and
Nice.
and all that sort of
Or
stuff.
like a Star Trek one where
yeah,
there's like,
excellent.
yeah.
Or like traditional, like original series Star Trek. So all the food is like coloured cubes.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a convention where that was in different sections? So you had a sci-fi section,
Nice.
a medieval
Like
section.
the Crystal Maze.
I was going to say like Westworld.
Yes, that also.
Or Future World, whichever one of those had all of them in there.
Oh yeah, no, that's really cool.
Yeah, that would be
And
cool.
you can kind of degown and
No,
roll
no.
again for a different character
No.
each time you go around the
okay,
same.
I'm leaning into the different
No,
character
you
thing
do
now.
like Big Bang Theory when Sheldon doesn't want to go to the Renaissance Fair, so he goes as Star Trek on a planet that.
Oh yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Guest speakers, guest people, because you got to go and see, like,
yeah.
that's a draw card.
So you
Who
want
would-
names? You actually want names?
Yeah, who
Mark
would-
Hamill, straight off the bat.
Nice. Who else?
Excellent, guys.
Can I just say I've never actually been to a convention?
Me neither. I'm about to go to my first one in a couple of weeks.
The only one I've been to is that Gamescom that we went to last year or the year before.
That's not really a convention.
Yeah, I know. It was very small, but-
really?
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Henry Cavill.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought Lindsay would jump in straight away
Yep.
with that one.
That's right.
Yeah.
No,
Who else?
You've yucked my yum, so I'm not paying anymore.
Stuff you, Justin.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you said a convention that I went to is not a convention.
I like Peter Dinklage and Mandy Patinkin.
Oh, nice.
Very
Nice.
cool. Very cool.
That's an interesting pair. Mandy Patinkin
Well, I know-
and Peter
I want
Dinklage.
Mandy and Peter to do a stage show. I know Mandy sings quite well.
I'd go Patrick Stewart, and I'd have to have Brian Blessed just because.
Oh,
Just
Okay.
because the guy's amazing.
Would that stage show be? What was her name? Sorry.
they were both male.
Oh right.
Mandy Patinkin.
Mandy's Inigo Montoya from,
Ah,
yeah.
so it would be Mandy Pedinklage. That'd be the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Jane Fonda.
Jane
Oh.
Fonda.
Yeah, Barbarella.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah. Who do I want a photo with? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Tom Baker.
Nah.
No?
Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, that's a good one.
Very good.
That's a really good
Very,
one.
Very. Did they got to be alive?
No, yeah, well,
Oh, Andre the Giant then.
I was thinking more like Alan Rickman.
oh.
Way.
That'd be an awkward photo.
Uh, Which Alan Rickman are you pointing to?
Let it
here?
not be said his acting was wooden.
Alan Rick and Mortis. What's it? Okay, Gil.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
No, the girl that was in Doctor Who
Karen Gillian.
and Karen Gillian.
Billy Piper.
No,
Oh, okay.
no, do never say that word to me again.
Billy Piper. Billy Piper. Billy Piper.
The wolf's coming to get you.
Then she's going to get summoned.
All right, how are you? That's my Billy Piper impression. Hello, Doctor.
I don't know if it's Mark Hamill or if it's Ewan McGregor that I'd want there.
What?
Both.
Why would you not? What? Mark
This is
Hamill,
a lot of
they're
people to go
way
see.
beyond like the amount of stuff that Mark Hamill's done though.
It's a lot of people to see.
Yeah.
Joss Whedon.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, moving on. That certainly did
Can I,
not give me as much joy as I thought it would.
So you've never been to a convention either?
No.
You two have, or?
I've been to one. It was the European Star Wars convention in
What?
Europe?
Yeah, it was Europe. It was
I've been to a
massive.
number of conventions,
Mark
none of
Hamill
them
was
for
there.
geek culture.
What is the point of having guests there?
Because you pay to go get your photo taken with them or get them to sign
Or they give
stuff
talks
or
as well,
they
like
give-
Q&As.
I can understand
Yeah,
the Q&A
yeah.
kind of side.
They draw
But
a market.
I cannot
People come.
fathom why you would pay someone to get a photo with them.
People,
I didn't get a photo with them. I got a signed photograph from them.
All that.
Julian Glover.
Like, I
No,
just
I
don't
love it. I love it.
My head just doesn't
For 80
compute
bucks.
what the point of that.
George Lucas.
Like, I would love to.
George
probably was
Lucas
about
is
that,
there.
I would love to have a conversation with them, but you're not going to be able to have that.
But you
No,
go up
you
there
do,
and you
yeah.
have a little conversation. You have like 2 minutes with them.
and you get a panel talk where you might ask them a question.
Mm.
So, but they're there because that's why people go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pete, that's a draw card. There are times when you're like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Nah,
Jake the Muss is going to be
I don't
there.
know. I don't know if anyone could answer my questions I'd have of people in that time.
What else happens at a con? Like the gameplay? Is
Yeah,
there
loads of
gameplay?
gameplay. There'll be memorabilia. There'll be all of it. All
The
of above.
reveals of new products, so
Yeah.
like
Well, I
maybe
think
short
that's
movies.
That's the go. Where's the first trailer for the next movie?
Exclusive
yeah,
trailers
yeah,
and
or
stuff
the
like
new
that. I don't watch
game
trailers.
trailer.
Yeah. Huh?
The
I
new.
don't like trailers. I don't
No,
know.
but this is also if it's
Oh,
not
Lindsay, you're
trailers.
such a
I'm
miserable
not sure
man.
I'm not. This is why I've never.
Suck the joy out of life.
This is my point. I don't think I would like a convention.
Do you
The more
like-
this is why I haven't gone to one. Is I don't think I'd enjoy it.
Do you put trailers in the recycle bin? Are you trailer trash?
I'm with you a little bit. I don't like crowds of people, so that's why I have never gone
Did you
to
go to a
one
concert?
before. Not often anymore.
But you've been to concerts.
Yeah, but-
why'd you go to concerts? Because
So-
that's something I don't see the point in.
when I would have
Buy the CD.
when I would have gone
It's
to
not the same.
when
It's
I would
nowhere
have
near
gone
as
to
good.
Supernova,
Right back at you.
the year
Convention, you get to meet the person that like the object of your adoration in a movie, like for real.
Yeah, but they're not. That's the actor. That's not the person.
but the actor, you can have adoration for the actor, not just the
I'll,
role. Though,
I'll
can't
give you the difference here, Luke. It's the difference is that
In what?
you
In what?
in you going to the convention and meeting the actor and seeing the band. When you see the actor, you're seeing the actor. When you're seeing the band, you're seeing the actor perform. If that makes sense. So you're on set watching the movie. That's the difference because you're watching the band do the thing that makes them famous. That they're very good at. Whereas when you meet the actor, you're not seeing them do the Shakespeare.
But there's still plenty of value in meeting the actual
I,
actor.
I agree. So it's the same value in meeting a band when they're not there. But good to go back as well. The first time they ever had a convention here in Australia, the day the convention happened was the day after I got married. And then for the next 5 years, it was always after my wedding anniversary. So I was never allowed to go because there was always something that we, had to apparently go on a wedding anniversary thing stuff because my wife does not like anything I like.
That sounds like an excuse to me, but there we go.
Well, maybe
I thought you were going to say that sounds made
maybe
up.
you can
don't
take
have
us to a
wife.
convention and then we'll make you go to a concert.
Apparently, I'm going to a convention, but I'm going there for work, so it's part of.
I've been to concerts.
You just said, okay.
I never said I hadn't been to a concert. I was saying, how is it any different? Because Justin said I don't like being in large groups of people.
Well, there's only one band I've ever seen at a concert that wasn't better than their CD. And that was A Day to Remember. They were terrible live. I've seen them 4 times live and they're terrible every
That
time.
was a day to forget.
Yeah, that was a joke I made all the time.
The thing about me going to concerts, even when I was a young man, I've never been in mosh. Like I've never really been a mosh pit guy. It's very rare that I do that. I like to sit up the back in the air conditioning, away from people. Also, the bands I like tend to not draw big crowds. So they are mid-sized crowds. They're not huge, big venues. They're
I like hearing the
local bands.
banter of the bands in between the songs that you don't get on a CD, and I like getting to watch them play that you won't get on a CD.
I find mosh pits like therapy.
Lindsay, you're such a strange guy.
No, go moshing. It's a release. It is. Seriously, you'll go in
Do you know
one
what else
way.
is a release, Lindsay?
You go in angry and
Lindsay's just in
pent
there
up, and you'll come out drained of sweat.
I have a revelation.
What if I'm not angry or pent up?
You still have fun.
Right.
Come out
No.
with concussion or whiplash.
mosh
Yeah, I
pits
go
is-
in.
That means you suck in the mosh pit.
Never been in the mosh pit, so.
Didn't know sucking in the mosh pit was an option.
That's why he comes out relaxed
It's
and released.
That's the release. Anyway, let's get back to our game. 1 week ago, we had an event. The finish of the convocation that has taken us in real time over a year to actually finish
really?
a 4-hour
Oh, my
module.
word.
Well, because we stopped in the middle of it and we did a whole different 5th edition thing and stuff. So it has felt like a very, very long time, and your characters have been through so much. But what has brought us here this week is the very beginning of leveling up. And like always, we go through a little bit of time. So tell us about your level ups. What's some of the big things? And remember, we can roll some dice for some hit points on the way. So give us like the big touch points of what are the main things that happen to your character that make them a little bit better? Who wants to go first?
Reggie can go first.
Yep.
So some big stuff. I mean, so first of all, which I think is one of the biggest things for Reg, he's going from D4 damage to D6 on his attacks.
Oh, did you become a paladin or something?
Yeah. So
Barbarian.
yeah.
After seeing Tia, you've gone
that's
barbarian.
it.
haven't
I've
you?
gone to the gym. I've bulked out a little bit. I think. And so I took a level of monk and again, so that's pumped me up a little bit. But so the D6 damage. I now have key.
Oh yeah,
So I now
nice.
have a special feature for monks called key. So I get to do some funky juby stuff every now and then.
Do you have to put your key in the bowl?
That's right. Many keys. I've got 4 keys. I get slow fall 20 feet.
Oh,
All the usual traps and
slow
things.
fall 20 feet is not a small thing.
No, it's not.
That's
Very good. Especially with
That's
these special
great.
boots that I've got.
Yeah.
Base attack goes up, saves go up, usual thing. I took a feat. I got a feat,
Yeah.
more than the 2 that I've got. I decided, because the thing is with the monk, you get given a fair few feats on the way anyway for the monk class. So some of the cooler stuff that I wanted to get, I get anyway for free a little bit later. But what I really wanted to get was greater trip,
Mm-hmm.
because
But you got to wait for that, don't you?
Yeah, I need a base attack bonus of 6 to get that, because that
What's
is
your base attack now? 2.
no, it's
With all
3.
your class levels.
3. So
One.
I've got another. It's not
1
great.
6
That
times.
was one of the trade-offs, unfortunately.
Yeah, it would have been.
But that'll be great when I get to that. So instead, I took snatch arrows
Oh,
because
wow.
I have deflect arrows.
Wow.
So deflect arrows allows you for the first missile attack in a round
can
to just deflect it.
grab them.
Now, if it's a thrown weapon, I can grab it and throw it back immediately to the attacker.
Yeah, that's cool.
The next
It's
one
all
from that
in the
allows you to do it.
You
with-
just
I know.
you did that for one moment. You've done that for one moment.
Straight in the forehead or one of the reflexes. That's
Are
right.
you getting a wagon called the
Yeah.
Warthog Express?
Oh, but it's only for thrown weapons, so it's not arrows, it's not bullets,
Yeah,
slingshots,
okay.
and things like that. So that's another feat next in the tree to do that. But if it's a knife or something, or a bottle or whatever gets thrown at me, I can grab it and just chuck it straight back out.
Yeah, that's wicked cool.
So yeah, rule of cool. I
Yeah.
thought for that one.
All right, what's your hit points? You're a D8.
Let's go. So I'm a D8.
D8.
Oh, gee.
Okay. You're going to want mine.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled an 8.
Yo! I'll happily take that.
8 plus your
Yeah.
con. What does
Which-
that give
oh,
you?
my con is only +1, so that gives me 9. But that's still
But
a
what's
whopping amount.
that in your hit point total?
So I go from 38 up to 47. Eh?
Oh, that's a decent amount.
That's quite the jump.
All right,
Yeah.
Tia.
I'm only half of Tia now. Until she
Tia,
levels up.
let's talk about you.
Tia doesn't get a lot. I don't have a feat for her yet. She's still working on that bit. She gets
Oh, don't chop things in two to feet. The fucking kill everyone's fun feet.
It's permadeath.
that's the feat that she's looking for, the fun killer.
Yeah.
She gets weapon training in her sword. So that's a
Is
plus.
she a fighter?
Yeah.
I thought she was a barbarian.
No, fighter.
Oh, I thought she was a barbarian
Straight
as well.
up fighter.
Yeah, she's a fighter. She wears plate. Why would a barbarian wear
Wow.
plate?
She's a
up.
straight fighter.
She doesn't wear
Straight
plate.
up,
She
she
wears a
wears-
tatami door.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, okay.
So she gets +1 base attack plus the +1 to hit from the weapon
Okay.
training. So
I'm
plus
not
2 to
so
hit.
angry now that I know that she is a feat tree genius. I'm not so angry that,
It's all
that she's got
Just
all
this
this
sword. Take the
Yeah,
sword away
yeah,
and she's fucked.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. She's waiting for her +8 base attack bonus so that she can start to expand her critical range.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Yeah.
So that's 17 to 20, isn't
Well, she's
it?
at 1920
This is
now.
rapidly
Yeah, that's
becoming the Tia
17.
show, right?
That's 17 to 20 critical for Tia at that point in time,
Yeah.
doing ridiculous. And now she's got +2 to damage as well
No,
from
it's just-
specialization.
No, it's just a hit.
That's just a hit.
Yeah.
Oh.
So base
Oh,
attack
oh,
up
oh,
one.
what a shame,
oh,
right?
It's a
yeah.
hit up 1.
Oh,
And a
Fucking
feat
broken
to come.
character.
I'm not sure what the feat will be.
what's her to hit bonus right now? I'll listen to this one, Reg.
Melee +10.
Oh, get what?
She's never missing.
What?
She's never missing. That's fair because this is what she does. This is what she does, and that explains her high armor class as well, because
Yep.
her armor class is still what 21?
21.
21. How does it get to 20? That's the equivalent of plate armor, essentially.
Yeah, but it's got more. You get more dex bonus
yeah.
to apply to it. So
Yeah. So it's some broken exotic plate armor that you found that you was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll just put this on my character
Well,
for no reason
not
and give
for
her
no
a
reason.
give her a weird accent.
you'll remember that she's taken a trait that makes her
Oh, being
come from
nice.
multiple
Deadly.
places.
I'm
Yeah.
still angry. Okay, I'm still angry. Move on. What else did she get
carry on.
that's cool?
That's
Actually,
it.
okay, hit points 10.
No, 12. I don't know.
It's a
I-
10.
The 10, only barbs.
It's a fighter,
12.
yeah. Hang on a minute.
Yeah,
I'll take what I can get.
Something's fishy.
I'll take yours.
5.
2
Okay.
plus con
No, here we go.
is +4.
454.
It's plus
So I think pretty much everything we do is send Tia in first.
Yep.
+9 hit points. That's
Which is total
59.
59. You know what's good about Tia, Miles?
Everything.
Makes me hate you less. What about Miles? What's going to make me hate Miles more now?
Not much. So
Wait for it.
I get.
Yeah. I
all
get to sleep strike 100 people, and they all have to roll.
Well,
In.
that goes up 1 round. They're now asleep for 5 rounds.
Okay.
I get a level 3 spell, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a feat. So I have gone improved familiar.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Do you remember what your familiar's name is yet?
Well, it's going to change soon enough, I imagine. I think it was called ambush, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Skirmish.
Skirmish is
yeah.
it? Thank you.
So-
Thank you, Miles,
Going
from
off-
the other side of the table.
Going off what we did last time.
Yep.
Do you want to roll for what it turns into?
For what do you mean?
Well, it changes into a different form.
As an improved familiar.
Yeah.
So read me improved familiar.
This feat allows you to acquire a powerful new familiar.
Okay.
And then it's based off my alignment.
Yeah.
So,
And do you have to do a ritual again to
Yeah, basically.
obtain this? But this means you can have a small creature now
I don't know. It can
instead of
be.
a tiny, or
Well, I don't know. We'll find out how big it is by when we pick it, I guess.
okay. And is this a roly poly scenario?
Well, I thought so. We rolled on
Okay.
what it turned into when it died last time. So,
Okay.
Unless you want me to just,
No, I'm happy to roll. I'm just
So there's
Bit of-
12 because I'm neutral good.
okay. It's now that we're doing this, I hate TLS.
Okay, so I'm
Righto.
neutral
Just
good.
remember that.
So roll the d12 and I'll find out which.
So So there are 12 options, are there?
If you roll one of them and you get to roll on what elemental I get.
I achieved a 9.
Interesting. As Skirmish kind of like came in contact with some of the lightning from the magical realm, he kind of like shifts and a lot of the spare parts kind of fall off, and out flies from the carcass of the giant mechanical dragonfly that was Skirmish, flies a little tiny mechanical sprite.
Oh.
It's diminutive.
Back to where it all started.
Has higher AC than freaking Miles does by a mile. Has 17 AC. Has some detect spells. I'm gonna have to read up on this.
Yeah, you're going to have to read up and see exactly what that means for you with that, because it does say here that it's only when you would be able to get a new familiar.
Yeah, I can summon a new familiar. It's a ritual.
For that. So do you have to kill your old familiar?
Somebody's got to,
well,
Justin.
I asked that
I
in all
don't
seriousness
know.
because wizards and stuff, there's some rules around familiars. So you kind of have to wait for your familiar to die. So you might have to do a bit of reading. What else? Anything else that you get, Miles? That's very interesting for
No,
us.
that's literally it.
All right. Well, how many hit points you get? 8,
6.
6.
And that's only because I couldn't. Oh, I got a 6.
Okay. What does that? How many hit points does that give you as a total right now?
35.
Oh, 35 is not a lot. He is a glass-jawed beast, isn't he? Speaking of beasts and glass jaws, Flopsy,
Just a D6 for hit points.
tell us about your character level.
There's nothing there. Got a base attack bonus that goes up that Flopsy never uses.
Yeah. Well, you
And-
throw bombs. It'll allow you to hit your party with bombs a little more effectively.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that. Yes, it does take the bomb to +6 to hit at 20 foot. That's great.
Reg is still upset. +6 to hit.
And then an extra cantrip
Yeah.
and into second level spells because he went up as an arcanist, not as a
Okay.
alchemist.
Okay.
So he's now got a level 2 spells, but can choose 2 a day. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to tell you what those spells are.
Okay. Yep. And because you don't know yet, do you?
Well, I do.
do you have feet?
Not sure what that's going to be for the Flopster.
Yeah. So good that you had a whole week to prepare this and decided not to. I enjoy it. I rolled a 5 on a D6.
I'll take it.
What does that give Flopsy? As
+5.
Yeah, but how many hit points?
28.
Oh, so Flopsy's the glassiest of jaws.
As you would expect, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. So
You just need to dismiss the familiar. You don't
Okay.
need to kill it.
you are dismissed.
Dismiss
But come back.
Dismiss it with death.
Speaking of dismissal, so after the
Hang on.
convocation,
What about your level characters? Do they go up?
what?
The
All of them.
worms or the...
All of them went up a level. Everyone in the world went up a level.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
push me, because you're out of the fucking forest now, and you're into the what's bigger than a forest? You're into the fucking fire out of the pan, and you're mixing your metaphors and your oil and gas mixing together, and it's not going to fly with me, kid.
Apparently we're out of Japan and into the fire.
Too soon. Godzilla. So after the convocation finished, a couple of things happen in the real world, and I want to fast forward that because we're at a point of time where there's some downtime for you. You guys asked me for over a year of game time, can my character rest? And the answer was no. And finally, we got to a point where the answer is maybe. The crowd that managed to put themselves outside of the convocation, all of the watch. There is a palpable distance between the watch, especially in this district, and the Pathfinder Society. a little bit tense on the way out. And you can imagine, like, after all that was done, said and done, it's kind of like your heads are swimming as time seems to float. And it's kind of a motion blur as you are ushered from the area, being not real pathfinders. The real pathfinders have actually been pulled straight back into their into the Arliss Hall. They've kind of been given respite on premises, but people who are not actual pathfinders are removed from the area quick, smart, and you're ushered out of the gates through what is a military attaché for the pathfinders. You go through throngs of crowds, but unlike last time you went through the throngs of where you were the adored, where people were cheering for you, where you had a chance to do something. This time, people are more in awe, and they're looking, wondering what happened and the sheer destruction of it. And people are starting to maybe turn on the pathfinders. But what really happens is that you find the guards who you know are a little bit at odds in the city with each other at this point in time. But these guards, especially in this moment, in this time, sneer at you, spit at you. They jibe at you as you walk past. Some of them say you're not real guards. You've turned your back on the real guards, and you've sided with the pathfinders. You're not really working for the people you should. You don't work for the city anymore. And you kind of ushered away a little bit. A carriage pulls up, though. A carriage with the sigil of your guard, something that you very much know, and it takes you all the way back to your quarters, where Sergeant Thunderback greets you at the very head of the watch house, just on the corner there. You walk up those very familiar steps into the grotty little front windows where you've tied up a man before or left a child, very much so. And you walk back into that front desk, and that smell, you know, when you get the familiar smell and the familiar sounds. In my mind, it's the sounds of typewriters and that smell of leather and smoke. And it wafts over you as Thunderback says, it looks like you have a tale to tell. Perhaps that's something for another day. And he kind of ushers you back to your watch house. And with that, a couple of days pass. You manage to tell Thunderback the story. You manage to go through exactly what happened at the convocation. You manage to rest up and rest all the way back to full health, giving you time to do spells, to do rituals, to do things that you need to do to level yourselves up to your new level. But throughout the city, chaos ensues. The Watch seem to be at odds with the Watch. The Ivy District at odds with the Business District. The Commerce places, the different watch groups seem to have fallen, and this all stems to a political area where the politicians above the watch are actually fighting with each other, and they're coming out making statements. There's statements from the Pathfinders explaining that they were attacked by the Aspis Consortium. There's statements by the government saying that the Pathfinders have put people in danger. There's Pathfinders sentiment within the government as well, that's saying the Pathfinders actually stopped a larger calamity that happened. But at this point, the Pathfinders seem just wrapped up in this political quagmire upon the streets. Life goes back to normal on the street level, though. And while this is all happening, it really doesn't have too much an effect on you, because you already knew that the watch was corrupt in some places. So you walking around, you being part of that watch hasn't stopped your daily activities, if that makes sense. It's just the political feel and the way that things are seen at the moment. Distrust for the watch has not gotten better. You thought it was getting better, but it hasn't. People have gone back to distrusting the watch somewhat. However, in your district, the watch holds strong. The watch is seen as honourable, and not to a small amount of your own efforts as watchmen, as people that have patrolled, as people that have caught Skelsgeek, the Barghest that was killing and murdering people, the people that have gone into the abattoir and destroyed the evil that is there, that was actually that was killing people. The
Seems
people,
like a lifetime ago, that one.
yeah, the people that saved parts of the city from a crystalline crab-like creature.
Can you believe that we went all that way and did all that trouble to try and get some information from the Pathfinders? Saved their whole freaking party, and then we still didn't get a fucking reward. All we wanted was some information and to meet someone.
Do you think we would get access to that wonderful library? A little bit burnt, a little bit scorched, but that wonderful library that we saw in there. They don't have a master of spells.
I don't know. To be honest, Flops, I think the whole
I don't like that.
town has gone to shit. Like, I think no matter who we approach at the moment, we're going to be turned away or, shunned.
It does feel like every area has siloed off and have their own local militia that's working independent of a greater governance and organisation.
Why don't someone
We
needs
could
to
turn that to our advantage.
sort the commissioner out and just get their shit together.
I thought you were the commissioner.
Not today.
Oh, right.
I believe that he did try this, but he failed some diplomacy checks at a ball,
Yeah.
and it went awfully.
Terribly. I just want to find out more about that Black Ross. I think that's the thing that we should drive into and learn more about. Also, a little curious why that large lady's still hanging around.
I think she fancies a little edge.
Oh, really?
You reckon?
Right.
I didn't know you were listening. I actually don't, but
Is she a dentist? Because she could fill 2 of his cavities.
How low can you get? That's what you need to know.
Is she with us now? Well, we kind of picked her up and swept her up in the hubbub.
I don't know. I mean, I really like her, but
Hey, Reggie,
Yes.
what's going on with old mate, lady? What's her name? Tia.
I thought she was with you.
No, remember she just walked off the field. I think she'd laid carnage to about 50 people, and then she found us and went,
Well,
yeah, carnage.
do either of you mind if she travels with us? Because if
Look-
not, we can ask her and see what she says.
Well, the question I've got is, we've all got this special bond bestowed upon us by this ring, and I wonder if I might try and give her that bond as well. But
She does seem very distrustful of magic, so you might need to remember, consent is key.
I consent.
I'll go find her and we'll have a chat. Hey, yeah.
You go talk to her. I don't know that I'll be able to make that work.
You Brett or you Flopsy?
Look, I'm in character playing Brett.
Did we get given little Pathfinder?
You had them already, so you had a wayfinder.
Wayfinders.
Wayfinder, that's it.
Yeah.
There we go.
So you were given wayfinders, and that was sort of a way of broaching the gap between the watch and the pathfinders. So
Didn't we also get a watchman's jacket and a badge?
what? A watchman's jacket and a badge?
Hmm.
Well, you've already had those.
Hmm.
So as part, you are official members of the watch.
We have all the authority we need to go wherever we want and investigate what we need.
So you want to go back to the library?
Correct. I don't know how to get in there. They won't let us in, and I'm scared to let off a little bit of fireworks in case it does damage.
No, we didn't let the flares off, remember?
Oh,
So
Conch?
just as an idea for you, what are some of the ways? Because while the first couple of days you lick your wounds, the humdrum of just the
well, Reggie got hit in the butt.
the normality of life kind of sets in a little bit, and you become watchmen. You move yourselves, unless you tell me otherwise. I assume you move into the eyes of the watchman, and you move into going back on duty and starting to work your beats and all of that kind of stuff, and other kind of beats, Miles. We have to have a conversation of what is going to have to happen with Tia, and I look forward to that moment in a minute. But I want you to think about how your character would be spending that time. What are some things that you would do, given the context of where it is, and just going through it. But let's go into the room with Tia. right now, and Miles and little Reg.
Well, no Flopsy.
No, he said he wasn't going to do this.
Have fun. Good luck with that.
opportunity
If she wants me to grease her up, come here and she can touch the ring.
So I send off my
Conch.
oh yeah the conch.
If
We
you're-
haven't
if
rolled the
you-
conch for a while.
if
Let's
you're
give. I've been practicing.
Mm-hmm.
So 3.
Consistency is key.
No, we go find
bloody
Tia.
conch.
Yeah.
So Tia's been hanging around. She's, you go off
Has
on
she though?
duty.
Yep.
She kind of goes and does stuff. You're not sure what she's doing. She tends,
This
So
could be
I'm
early
intrigued
in
by
the
this
time
because she's
as
not
well.
by the watch, right?
no.
So would Thundercrack have her hanging around?
Were you in the barracks? Is that where you're hanging out?
Well, I think that was where we were. We went and rested for a couple of days. You said doing our beats and all
Yeah,
that. Why
like
would she?
they wouldn't have kicked her out initially if you guys said, "Look, like as you did when you were there, you weren't entire recruits when you you were early on. You'd done your day the first night of the watch kind of thing, and if you vouched for Tia, they would have given her some space there. But it does bode the question of what happens with Tia at this point.
So does she need her
forwards.
spin-off show
So-
for her time in the Night's Watch?
Her name is Tia, and she is a big girl.
More crawling awesome.
Choppy, choppy
She's
Tia.
While you guys are working, she's spending her time kind of cleaning up, taking care of armor and armaments, doing work in the kitchen. She's very used to kind of doing servant work, and she kind of grew through that. So she just slides back into that kind of taking care of the place, and not making much fuss, kind of blending into the background when that happens. As much as she's large and, she doesn't kind of talk when she doesn't have to or people don't talk to her. She just moves around and straightens a bed sheet, does the dishes, puts the food away. That's kind of what she's doing through the day. So people probably are like, let her do what she's doing. I don't have to do that.
All right. Well, Miles and Flicker, which is what he's named his new spark
Flicker.
companion. Yeah, she glows. She glows continuously like a torch, unless I tell her to stop.
Cool. That's going to be. Oh, okay. Cool.
And she can talk English and Sylvan. She's
Common.
probably higher
It is common. I have come to learn common.
She probably has the same intelligence level as Tia, actually. 6?
Best friends.
Correct.
Yeah. Hey, Tia, how's it going?
Hello. Good. Would you like some help with something? Can't I do something for you?
Well, maybe. We're wondering if you would like to join us on our adventure/watch duties.
I am not part of the watch.
No, either were we at first. So originally, me and Flopsy and Reg, and another guy who has passed, we kind of went through a portal and ended up in a couple of different places. And I show her the mark on our hands. There's a ring that Flopsy wears, and we've all been bonded to that ring, and we end up occasionally getting assaulted by random portals that sometimes take us places, sometimes we're able to close them. And we're trying to figure out what the hell is going on so we can get back to where we're from.
Reginald, I know I am not very clever, but it is not funny of Miles to take the piss.
Oh no! This is exactly what's been happening with us. This is exactly what's been happening. We're trying to figure out what's been going on.
Surely this is a jape.
Oh, what? Sorry,
A funny joke.
a jape.
Jape. Yes, jape.
Somebody
told me
Let me write that
jape.
one down. I have never heard that one. Jape.
No, it's not. It's, to be honest, the truth. We're trying to get into the Black Ross Museum because apparently that has a lot to do with what we're going on through.
Is right. I find myself useful when I am with you, and justice is done, and I like that. That is my purpose.
So we work, to just be clear to you, we work for the watch. So usually the slicey dicey that you do isn't the first response. Usually. Just so you know, right? If you can stay with us for now while we're figuring this all out, the majority of the time, we're not going to be so enthusiastic in our dispatching of the snags we come into contact with. But hey, when we do, you're our girl.
And it would be beneficial if you want to join the watch. It would be beneficial. You'd travel with us. We'll talk to Thundercrack, try and get you into our beat, and
I am interested, but have had bad experiences being under, how do you say, somebody's control or ownership, and it feels like the watch is that.
Oh, we're not owned. We're employed. We get paid to do the job. Yeah. There are some rules we've got to follow, but Thundercracks really is a top guy.
Yes, I've heard him called Thundercrack. What is his name?
Yeah, not to his face. No, we try not to call him that to his face. Yeah.
Right. Well, my God would have me bring vengeance on those who are not doing justice. Is that what your job is?
Yes, it is to protect the weak, stop wrongdoers. We've stopped murderers, all sorts of random crap like that.
Yeah, but just to reiterate to you, Tia, it's not vengeance of the sword every single time.
Sometimes they get fined. Sometimes they have some prison sentences.
Sometimes they get locked away for a very long time. And sometimes they do get their heads on the block.
Or sometimes they just lose a hand, and then you can do that too.
I feel like you may have misunderstood me. The sword is my way of bringing justice. But if somebody could be captured and brought to justice, that is better.
Yes. Awesome. Yes.
By the sword.
So that's a yes? You'd like to join us? You want me to go?
I am still nervous about the watch, but like to be with you. Is there a way I can travel with you and not be watch?
Well, how about we join the watch, and if you don't like it, we can figure something else out. Give it a go.
We could put you on a trial period. Like
or you could put us on a trial period.
I do like trials. That sounds fun.
Okay, let me go talk to our Thunderback. And
yes, not when you are in his presence.
Yes, I will address him as sir, and I'll see what I can do.
I did let him know I am the blade of justice, if that helps.
I will. Do you want to stay here and go through the finer points of...
For sword? No, I don't actually. But I'll go through the finer points of the job. Absolutely.
Yes, that'd be great. I go and see Thunderback.
Hello, Miles. What can I do for you? How are you keeping up, son?
Pretty good at the moment. Just dealing with everything that's been going on. It's been a bit hectic out there in the streets.
You boys have been through a lot.
Yeah, I mean, all we wanted to do was get into the bloody museum, but here we are.
It seemed life had other opportunities for you there. Do you be needing something from me?
There's a couple of business things to talk about, if that's okay with you, if you've got the time.
Okay. I'm not really looking for a business venture at the moment.
No, as in the watch business.
Oh, watch business. Yes. All right.
So we met that friend Tia that you've seen.
No, I've already owned a watch.
You want to buy a watch?
Got some nice pieces here.
I've got some nice pieces.
Genuine Rolex. Honest.
Yeah, so we made that lovely lady's acquaintance, Tia.
Ah, yes. You're talking about the big one.
Yes,
with the
she's
sword,
known as
right?
the Sword of Justice. Yes.
Okay, the Sword of Justice.
Blade of Justice.
Sorry, Blade of Justice.
Okay.
And she would like to maybe trial the watch and maybe join later if that's okay. Are we able to have her take her on as an apprentice and teach her the ropes?
Are you talking about deputizing her?
Possibly, if that's okay.
I'd like to. Well, obviously, she's going to have to go through the training.
I mean, we mainly we went through a meet and greet, and that was it. We went through one night, and that was it. And we were on the watch.
Your circumstances were a little extraordinary in the fact that you did have your night watch, but you were noticed. But she's got to go through the right channels in this moment, in this time, here and now, with the watch under the scrutiny that it's under. We've got to do things right, Miles.
I understand that. I'm not sure if she's fully. Can she come along for some ride-alongs to see if she likes it?
Look.
Put me in charge of her and I will make sure nothing untoward happens and she follows the book and all that jazz. And
What I will say, Miles, is she cannot go on duty with you. She cannot go on beat with you. She can't be patrolling the streets with any type of authority. If perhaps you sent on some kind of investigation like you did with Skelsgig, she could tag along as an investigator. But I wouldn't be able to have her have the same authority that you have got. She doesn't wear the badge.
well, no, I was thinking more like our first night where we got a cuppa, we did one beat, and then we'd hand everything in. you
Yeah,
know?
that was the night watch.
Yeah, the night watch.
It's a whole different thing, the night watch. And it happens in a very different place to here.
Oh. Okay,
I know what you're trying
Can
here,
you
Miles, but there's no way we can circumvent
No
it.
worries.
You understand that, don't you?
yes, no, I understand. So how long does training take, and can we get her booked in and see if she likes it? She probably won't.
See if you can take her as a consultant. You ever watched The Mentalist? There's no authority, but just there doing a shit.
As a sword arm.
Yeah.
He basically says to you, like, yes, of course, in the circumstances that you are talking about of going and investigating things, of course
Yep,
she
she
can
can
tag
yep.
along. But if you're going on just your regular watch,
can't come.
she can't be seen as doing watch business. She has to be seen as kind of like what you guys were initially, where you were consultatives for Thunderback. Like you still had some authority from watch and being night watch and being deputized. She can't do any of that stuff. So she can't arrest someone. She has to be treated as a civilian. So if she goes and attacks someone, she's going to get treated not with the authority of the watch, but by the authority of just being a citizen.
Okay. Okay,
What Tia does have that you guys don't have
it's a big sword.
is a little more standing in the Pathfinder Society.
That's true.
So Tia, unlike you guys, has an actual solid connection to the Pathfinders, and she was on the way to becoming a Pathfinder.
I fucking saved the world by making that little circle. I should have some clout with a Pathfinder.
I think you'll find she saved the world and stuff. But I guess if that's probably the way of looking at it, Tia could be your Pathfinder consultative, and you could use her as Pathfinder business, and it might be a way of connecting the Pathfinder and the watch together.
Nice.
Which is a good way, but you just can't take her on the normal, she can't stop people and search and seizure in the streets and do all that kind of stuff.
Okay, well, thanks for that, Thunderback. Now, the second bit of business, about that promotion.
Are you still looking for a pip on your shoulder?
Yes.
Again, I'm not authorized to do this. We've had this discussion.
Well,
Hey.
it's just like you saved the world twice. You'd think someone would take notice and go, get that man a promotion.
Who are you asking to take notice of you there?
I just feel like you'd be pushing it up the rank a bit. And
Do you want me to push up the rank that you did some work with the Pathfinders? And that you should get a promotion from working with the Pathfinders in this political climate?
okay.
You're not as smart as I thought you were, Miles.
Oh, no, I'm very smart. I'm just not very wise. Anyway, well, thank you, Thunderback. Any business that we need to take care of soon, or?
Look, keep your heads low. Take some time. Do your jobs. Keep your heads out of any business. You've done a lot over a small amount of time.
I still want. You hear anything about that Blackross Museum? You come to us, no one else.
Right.
Any mission there, we'll take it, even if there's like someone's lost their wallet. We're on it. There's a cat stuck up in the museum tree. We're your men.
All right, Miles. I understand. with that, he kind of goes back to doing his paperwork, and he's friendly and jovial. Thunderback is one of you guys. Like, you get in all your interactions, he is nothing but generous. He is nothing but welcoming. But he is a true watchman. He's a true gumshoe. He wears the beat of these streets, and he knows these streets. He's got that particular set of boots that he's got that's worn into the cobbles of these streets, and he has a particular sense of community for this place, and people respect him. And because of that respect, because of what he does, I think it has drawn the watch here as to being something a little different to what you're hearing from other stories. Throughout the weeks that you're working, you hear of watchmen being assaulted. You hear of some clashes between the Pathfinders and the watch. You hear like a Pathfinder gets beaten by watchmen, and which causes a bit of a stink and hits the local news, and people start getting over the top around that. Before you know it, there's a crowd outside the Pathfinder Society every day. That crowd that was there sort of hasn't dissipated, and before long there's marches and questions about what is the Pathfinder's job here in Absalom. How much authority are we giving Pathfinder and Galorian? How much are the Pathfinders actually able to do? And should they be usurping the watch, which they never intended on doing from Thunderback's perspective? But there's a whole turmoil going on through the city.
Miles?
Yes?
I am hearing stories of the watch and the Pathfinders coming to blows.
Yes, it does seem to be a bit.
This is worrying to me.
Us too.
The Pathfinders are my people. That is where my oath should lie. If the Watch and the Pathfinders are not aligned, I do not know that I belong here in the Watch barracks. I should go to them.
Well, I think we can really help each other out in this kind of situation. Yes, we can't bring you on as a proper Watch person, but you're able to help us with investigations, and we've worked with Pathfinders investigations before.
Yes,
so,
I have done that job once, where I was an investigator on my own, private investigator.
So we could do this that way. If you hear a job that you need help with, you come let us know, right, and we'll do the same, and maybe we can repair these bridges between our two organizations, as you will.
I should go and lodge my findings at the lodge and give them my information, but I do not want to betray the trust you have put in me.
Do you want to be... You don't like magic, do you?
It is okay.
It
is useful, but I do not know it.
You don't want one of these weird marks that make you control portals?
I will not have power over portals. That one time I shot out of my finger was scary. It did not like it.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for your help, Tyr. And if you hear anything about going down the Black Ross, you let us know and we'll be there.
I will say I find you and Reggie and even Flopsy, Jati, very, very much aligned with who I am, and think you will make good Pathfinders if ever you leave the Watch. You should join us. There is much to be done outside of here that the Pathfinders know about.
Really? Even Flopsy?
Look, I thought you came as a package.
Well, thank you, Tia. Yes, I
will keep visiting if that is okay and see how you are doing. And if there is any opportunities for us to do good work, I would like to do it with you.
Us too. It's been a pleasure.
This is not goodbye.
No, it's
goodbye.
We're going to have a paint now.
What terror could actually happen from this group having somebody who has a leg in the foot of the Pathfinders? Nothing bad has ever happened in that place.
She will keep popping back every couple of days. She's in the lodge. She's trying to find out what's going on with the Pathfinders. Again, in the Pathfinders, she's doing the cleaning up. She's tidying up and keeping her ears peeled, waiting for kind of the right jobs to present themselves. To be very, very clear, she belongs. Remember the Pathfinders that you rescued at the table that were the younglings, the early, that's her.
Yeah. So she's very much a recruit in Pathfinder world and she holds very little authority, but she's given training, she's given all the things that they do with Pathfinders, and that's really adventuring training. So she has to go, and that fits her really well because there's martial training, there's all
That's
that
what she's
kind of
done to
stuff.
get here. That stuff's not anathema to her. Like,
She has to do some book learning at times.
Nope.
And I imagine that during those times she comes at a bit of a, she has to clean the latrines a few times
Easy,
after her book
fine,
learning
no worries.
scenario that goes wrong where she's
Miles
ripped
can
up
coach
some
you.
stuff.
You can tutor you in book learning.
I before E and I am he.
But it kind of, before you know it, the time sort of takes you apart and you come back into that humdrum. Reg, what's happening in your life over this small amount of time? What are some things that you're hoping to achieve?
Oh no, well, Reg has been deep in prayer. He's.
Do you know what your God's name is?
Kiora? No. Kiora?
Kiora. Is it Kiora?
Hiora.
Hello in Maori?
I don't know.
Is that's what you yell
I
at every
just
time
remember
you
it
hit
was
someone? Kiora and Hiora.
Kiora.
Kiora was a cordial back in the UK back in the
Okay.
day. But, so he's been training, doing his forms, doing his katas, putting the feelers out still to the fighting pits.
The Aurorium.
Yep. See,
It's hard to remember.
Yeah, the Aurorium. I mean, well, you give me names that are all the same. What do you expect me to do? Bloody hell.
Yeah, imagine a Rory and Aurorium being something similar to
Can you
each other.
buy a consonant?
Yeah. Where does the word Christmas come from?
Just keeping his contacts in there and opportunities to get involved.
Reginald.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Feels like we're marking time in this watch. What are we doing?
Well, I just thought we were kind of bedding in for this a little bit.
Are we heading home? Are we heading to the Black Ross? What's the next step?
Like, how many days have we actually been? It's just been 2, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I just
Since the convocation or in total?
Flopsy, we've been through an awful lot. I've just been trying to
Yes.
recenter myself.
Yes, but enough time has passed now. Surely, come on, we need to get on with the job.
Sure.
What are we doing?
Look, I think we're going to have to go back to the Black Ross.
Excellent. Great idea. I'm on board. That sounds like exactly the thing we should do. Can we do it with the badge and the authority of the watch?
I think we need to be very delicate about this. There's a lot of tension here between the watch and the Pathfinders. If we go rolling in, flashing badges,
Blowing things up.
throwing our weight around,
Throwing bombs.
It's all just going to blow up. And like
Excellent.
metaphorically,
Oh.
we got to figure out. We got to get an inroad. We got to figure an inroad in there, a
Right.
legitimate inroad into that place that's going to keep all parties involved happy.
So you're telling me I can't go to the Pathfinders and look into that library, which was so
No,
intense.
I mean we can't.
I
just,
can't go to the Black Cross and look into that library.
We can't just go rolling up flashing badges. We need to be delicate. I think this requires a little bit more of a nuanced hand that nobody in our group has the capacity to do.
If anyone had a feat with finesse in it, that would be good.
Got weapon finesse, but I don't think
There
that's
we go.
gonna be-
Done. It's all on you. Good job. Well done. Well played.
We need to talk to Thundercrack, or we need to get some inroads in with the Pathfinder Society if we want to get.
So
to
does that
Black
mean
Cross.
more of those darn missions where, we were put out of our depth with no information?
Well, I
and had
was
to
thinking
find
just
and do
make a little stroll up there and see if we can talk to somebody.
Up to where?
The Pathfinder Society.
Oh.
Explain the situation.
Knock on the door?
Yeah,
But
just-
there's all those unruly people hanging
But,
outside.
we'll wait till they've
But the
dissipated,
Why-
or
Right.
I'll climb up a wall or something.
You want me
And,
to-
hang on,
I
that probably
can get
wouldn't
rid
work.
of them.
Why did you want to go to the Pathfinder Society, though?
Get their help to access what it is we need to know. They might have plenty of information about our situation.
Right.
We
Like-
didn't actually get a chance to
like
ask anybody, did we? We kind of
No.
went in there and all hell broke loose.
That was
and
a
then
day,
we came
wasn't
back.
it?
It was a day.
Remember the stick of food? Like the food at the beginning of the day was incredible.
It was, but I just can't get the flying worms out of my head, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, me either. I think one actually entered there for a short period of time.
So, do you think they might know about the portals that we've been traveling
I
through?
think surely that's our
They
best.
are without a master of spells.
But they still got plenty of people that know stuff. They got the books. They've got the books.
Oh, books. Yes, books should have the answer. That's correct. Yes.
We
Yes,
just need the access, right?
Right.
But we need to be able to do it in a way where we're invited in
Right.
rather than forcing our way in.
Do you think if you won in the fighting pits, we might get an invitation?
I'm not sure how that would connect. How do you mean?
Well, surely the Pathfinder's looking at the fighting pits for people who may have abilities and for recruits.
Well, I was thinking maybe of relying on our already very voluminous reputation in this area to maybe gain some access. I mean, we just need to talk to somebody really and say like, this is what's happened to us. Anybody able to help?
Right. You know, my reputation has never been voluminous or positive, and talking has never turned out well for me.
Well, you are the hot topic.
Hot pockets is
That's
what.
right. Sorry, yes, hot pocket.
Yes.
Yes, why didn't I see that one?
Miles,
Yes.
you doing anything in your little downtime in this little stretch of time? You made a little friend called Jan Dasher. Nope, he's done. That relationship is over.
I'm trying to remember which one that was.
The one you went on a date with?
Oh, yeah. That went. Oh,
No.
That
God.
went amazingly,
That went,
right?
That went terribly.
it did. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
I was reading up on Hexcliff. Yeah, I'd go see Jan Dasher for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go get some flowers
Yep.
and knock on the door.
Just flowers?
I don't be too eager.
Hello, Miles.
Hi, Jan Dasher. How's it going?
I'm okay. I haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, we've been a bit busy, unfortunately.
What brings you here?
I just thought I'd chat in. I brought you some flowers.
Oh, flowers.
Last time we tried to, have a night to ourselves, we kind of got interrupted by your dad almost being murdered.
Oh, yes. Not exactly the thing that one would do. Look,
How is the old man? Is he feeling better?
oh, he's wonderful. He's doing much better. Thank you very much. He's obviously at work at the moment in the shop. Miles, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Did you attend a ball?
We did. I mean, it wasn't really a bore. It ended up being like some disastrous event where we almost died numerous times, and I did save the world, but
Are you talking about what happened in the Pathfinder Society?
yes.
But what I'm asking, Miles, is was there not a ball before that?
Was there? Maybe? My brain is... Sorry, I took a couple of hits in the Pathfinder Society.
It's okay, Miles. If you didn't want to invite me, there's no time for it.
I feel
just-
like...
I understand.
I feel like I would have been stitched up by the GM, which made me not invite you. No, I definitely would have invited you if I had more than one ticket available. That must have been it.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what brings you here, Miles?
I just wanted to bask in your company and, apologize for not being around and such. Have I introduced you to my new skirmish? Has changed shape again.
Oh my God, what is that?
She's now called Flicker.
Okay,
She's a little sprite now.
that's very nice.
Oh, and look, I can
Miles.
fly.
Okay, Miles.
Should I go?
This is so reminiscent of some of my earlier dating scenes.
It's all about Miles, isn't it?
Yes. Perhaps we shall see each other at some other time, Miles. Perhaps at a ball or something. Good night.
Bye. I did ask how she was going. She didn't answer.
How did it go, Miles? How was your rendezvous?
Don't worry about it.
Reginald, I've got an idea for a bicycle that pedals backwards because Miles is good at it.
eventually, you get the call to Thunderback's office.
Fall in on me. Let's go.
He doesn't think that's going to work, surely.
Once again, you walk in the very worn leather.
Hold on, I forgot my book.
Leather seat.
Back in a second. Hang on, I need a hot pocket.
Behind Thunderback's desks, he has his worn boots that are very scuffed and soft upon his desk. And as he sees you, he kind of taps his pipe on his heel and says, boys, yes, it's good to see you. There is some trouble at the Black Ross Museum.
Hello.
I know, Miles, that you had asked if there was anything to go on here that you wanted to be first to know. So I'm telling you that something's happened. The museum's curator, Nigel Aldane, came to me this morning asking for help. Apparently, a wayward daughter of his illustrious patrons, the powerful Blackross family, has disappeared along with a few of the museum's watchmen who went looking for her. The society has helped the Blackross in the past, but at the moment they want to keep perhaps some of their involvement just a little bit under, and you're in the unique position where you actually have a connection into the Pathfinder Society that we might be able to lean upon.
Oh, that we do.
Wink, wink, knowing the conversation that we had not too long ago. I guess this is something that we need to be a bit sensitive about. There's a little for the Watch to gain. There's a little bit for the Pathfinders to gain in this. But what we do need to do is tread very carefully. There's thin ice everywhere, and if we take one wrong step, we're going to be plunged knee deep into a very cold and deep
Is he
puddle
looking
of
at? Is
water.
he looking at?
And you're never going to see
Flopsy.
your balls again.
Is he looking at Flopsy when he's saying this?
He's looking at all three of you at this point, but yes, he probably would have lingered a little bit on Flopsy. Now, he wants us to find her before he loses his job, does Nigel Aldane. Well, this kind of thing really isn't the Pathfinder's ballywick. So we're going to be... You look confused there, Flopsy.
I don't know what that word is, ballywick.
Wheelhouse.
So the wicks I have go in these bonds. Let me show you these bonds. That have wicks.
No, not right now. Anyway, he has made us an offer that's a little too good to pass up. I've been talking to some of my own connections in the society, and Nigel Aldane has agreed to allow the society and some distinct watch members access to the Blackross Museum's very extensive and very private library. But we have to do this job first. So, if you will, I need you to go to the Blackross library. I need you to the museum, I need you to find this missing daughter of the Blackross, to find out what happened to the Watchman, to find out what is going on there. And at that point in time, I also need you to get this job done. The more he talks, I guess, at this point, he kind of, you see him start as Flopsy's like
second-guessing himself.
Yeah, Flopsy's touching papers. Flopsy's like moving things around. Miles is standing at a weird attention like Rimmer in Red Dwarf.
And then Flopsy's like Cat, right?
Yeah. And Reg is just kind of just being awkward in the corner or whatever Reg does. And he kind of looks at you and he's like, look, okay, find the missing daughter. Her name is Imrazadeh Blackross. She's a half Assyrian herself and a pretty successful adventurer and fortune hunter by all accounts. She just arrived in Absalon out of the blue a few days ago after a couple of years worth of tomb raiding in Osirian deserts and carrying an odd metal cylinder by all accounts. It was covered in hieroglyphs, Nigel says. And he said there's nothing like he's ever seen before. He said she went straight to the basement of the museum to do some research in the family's library, muttering something about whispers in the dark and old tapestries or something. He didn't hear from her for a couple of days, which isn't unusual when someone's deep in their research in the archives. But he got worried when strange noises started to come from the basement. He sent some watchmen down there to investigate, he says, but they didn't return. So, being the smart man that he is, he sent a few more. That was last night, and they haven't come back either. Go to the museum, find out what happened to Imrazade, the Black Ross, and the watchman. Nigel would prefer them alive, of course, especially the Black Ross woman. But we are very interested, as is the society, in what she has brought with her. I've got a hunch that it wasn't just grave goods or pretty jewelry from some ancient graves. Whatever she found, we want it, or at least some information about it. Maybe go and see that friend of yours from the society and see if she might be able to help.
I have something better. Flicker, go get TR and tell her to get onto this Black Ross job from the Pathfinders and meet us there in 3 hours.
Captain, you've made me a very happy man. This is a very, very suitable job for us. And you had me at tapestry, really. Thank you. I've never felt this kind of kinship to you before. And allow me to do you this boot, and he'll prestidigitate his boots clean. Polish them up.
He looks at his boots, and for the first time in a very long time, you see a flicker of annoyance and anger at what Thunderback, if you've spent any time around the watch, he prides himself that those boots are his connection to the place and the community and the floor. Like, that's how he's instead of Thunderback's like a famous thing is, instead of his ears to the ground, it's his boots to the ground.
Boots to the floor.
Yeah,
I suppose
feeling
they still
the
look
ripples.
worn. They still look worn. They're just clean,
Feeling
right?
the ripples in the streets.
it's
And he
just
kind of,
polished up.
and he's like,
There you go, Captain. As new.
Thank you, Flopsy, dismissed.
You're welcome. Now, when he says, fellas, when he says no damage, does that mean just one bomb? Or was it, what?
So yeah, Flicker would have, after I sent her out, flown off 60-foot movement speed. Pew! Told you what's going on. Boys, what do we got stock-wise? Do we need some... I have no more healing potions on me. What are you guys stocked up? Do we need to stock up before we go?
Oh, I've still got my Cure Mod, my Cure Light. I can burst. I'm all refreshed.
Okay.
I have multiple potions. Would you like a supply?
Oh, yes, if possible, that'd be great.
Well, how many of these 6 cure mods would you want?
You have time to brew more. You have time to go shopping. So this is all happened. Yeah, this has all happened after about
With what
you know,
loot, Justin?
after what? I've
How long
given
have you
some
been getting
loot.
paid for? Oh, that's right. We just spent the last
That's
year
right.
doing a day.
Yes, 5 silver pieces.
I've given you some loot.
Um,
You got some stuff.
So I do have a selection of things and can restock them up, and we'll do so. I'll get the brewing kit out. And,
Yeah, if I could take 2 potions, so one for each of you, if you guys go down, that'd be great.
I beg your pardon.
Well, I mean, you've got lots of heals. I got a few heals, but it's always good
yes,
to come in handy.
take 2 cure mods if you
Thank
like,
you.
and Reggie, would you like 2 as well? And then
No,
that leaves me with 2.
I got my wands. I'm all right. I'm the backup with the. I'll take. All right, sure.
Is there anything else? I seem to be short of a potion of gaseous form and a potion of vanish.
Yes, you used them. You had us worried there for a bit, Flopsy. Don't you remember?
In fact, I don't. It was a very quick moment that took a long time to come to a decision. That 6 seconds was very, very long, I think.
I mean, hopefully we won't be that long. There'll be no real danger down there. It's just a basement, right?
Oh, Miles.
But always be
That's why
prepared.
we're taking Tia, right?
Yep, exactly.
Smash cut. City streets. A glowing little sprite flies through the streets. The sprite looks confused. It looks bewildered. It gets around the corner. It sees a flower. Looks at the flower for a while. Oh, an orange. Haven't seen an orange for a while. Gets a little distracted. Takes the orange. Moves around. And then it comes back.
It has an intelligence of 6. That's the same as Tia.
It has an intelligence of 8, actually. And
That's better than Tia.
I will give you...
She's already gone down there,
I will
right?
give you some examples of intelligence of 8. A troglodyte, a centaur, a gnoll, has trouble following trains of thought, forgets most unimportant things.
I thought a command from its master would be considered important to it.
Yeah. It's just above dull-witted or slow, often misuses or mispronounces words.
Okay, fine. I walk there.
Hmm.
Did you?
He hasn't yucked on your yum for a long time, but there we go.
I'm just playing the sprite as the sprite needs to be played because I am watching Lindsay take liberties with how much he thinks this sprite is able to do. And I'm just giving him some reassurance that he's going to put the sprite in a place where he thinks it can do something because it's smarter than it actually is when it's not.
So it's an 8 intelligence, is that what you're telling me?
It is an 8 intelligence because
Okay.
it is a familiar. It actually has a more of an intelligence than the base creature.
from here on in? Yep.
That does have an impact on Tia's
Yeah. What is Tia's intelligence?
6.
Dull-witted or slow, often misuses and mispronounces words. You are no better than a troll, a hellhound, a yoga.
Yoga?
A yoga instructor is what you're going to say.
But you know what? We're going to rejoin the 4 of you as you reconvene outside the Black Ross next time that we play. That'll give you guys some time to look through your characters.
Yeah.
It'll give you some time for Brett to actually finish his character sheets, do the
nice
actual
Do
homework.
you know what the best thing about a
Can we do
sprite is?
some
Though?
shopping in the downtime too?
It has hands. It can hold items.
It can hold.
Like wands.
Yeah.
Like a potion.
Like a bomb.